We are so fortunate to live in a community that pulls together when there's such a disaster of the magnitude that we had this summer. And pull together we did. I want you to know about this group, Colorado Springs Together. And the person who's head of that nonprofit is Bob Cutter, and he's here to tell us about it now. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you, Carol.
Well, this is a brand new group. Tell us about it.
Okay, the group came together probably within a week of the Waldo Canyon fire disaster. And really we modeled the team after the Type 1 team that had fought the fires. So we created a Type 1 recovery team.
Okay.
And that team comprises literally a cross-section of the community, spanning the private sector, the public sector, nonprofits, really to leverage and bring to bear all the incredible assets in Colorado Springs on helping the people in Mountain Shadows and the west of Peregrine recover after the Waldo Canyon fire ripped through their neighborhoods at the end of June.
You've had a lot of challenges.
There have been certainly
a lot more
challenges.
to come.
Yes.
Even though it's been several weeks.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that the nonprofit has done?
Let's think. Our immediate focus was really to get the debris out of the neighborhoods. So we felt a very focused effort to get the debris out of the neighborhoods would obviously be good for the people who were still living there, to make their neighborhood safe. And that really has been our priority, to make the neighborhood safe and stabilized as quickly as we can. Firstly, with debris removal. Secondly, removal of all the dead landscaping and burnt trees. And then thirdly, put in place a solid mitigation plan so when we get the rains and the snows and the runoff, we don't foul up the storm drains and have dirt flowing into people's yards and all those sorts of things. So that's been really our three focus areas.
And that's been much more serious than people realize. And it's not going to go away, not for a long time.
That's correct, and I think when we've effectively lost the vegetation on huge acres upon acres of hillsides overlooking the Mountain Shadows area, and those hillsides, the water that hits those flows into South Douglas Creek, which then in turn flows down behind a really long Garden of the Gods road, down into Monument Creek and Fountain Creek, and then on down to Pueblo, and that will not go away.
No.
And if you talk to the Forest Service and others, that's something we're going to live with 5 to 10 years.
That's right. Even with all the planting of the trees, it just takes so much time.
So much time. And if you have been back there, very steep slopes.
Yes, that's true.
And as the Forest Service will say, there's only so much they can do on slopes that 60% or more. They really just have to leave it the way it is. Now, the smaller slopes, they can do mitigation plans with felling trees and staking them in and do retention ponds and those sorts of things. And obviously that's some of the stuff we're getting into now.
Okay. So there's a website too.
Yes, we have a website which we managed to bring up within a week of us getting incorporated.
That's just remarkable.
And certainly all of the assets that have been brought together, all local. So a quick plug for 30 DPS. A local company who put that website together, did the whole infrastructure that we started off with within a very short period of time. The website is coloradosprings.together.org. And that's the website which we're using for the community as well as for the neighbors to find out information. So every day we blast out some information that is useful to them in their recovery process.
And on the other side is, as you go along and we go along, there will always be something else that needs to be done for a long time. So people should go to that website to see and click on what they can do, where they're needed to volunteer.
Yes, one of the things that we did immediately as we structured that website, and part of the fundamental, the core charter of Colorado Springs Together, somewhat as the name implies, is that we are a coordinating function. We're bringing people together, such as the Better Business Bureau, such as legal resources, accounting resources, building resources, to enable us to deploy those effectively. One of the key features on the site, because we understand there's a huge level of volunteerism out there, is you can offer help, and that can be as simple as donating toys for children,
Okay.
or it can be as complicated as I have a house to rent and I'd really like to rent it out to a family who has lost
Okay.
their home.
All right. So you can see there are a lot of ways that you could help. So jump in, go to that website, coloradosprings.together.org, and see what you could do. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.